It's July 19, 2022. My name is Jimmy Van, and it's time to know your news tonight. My guest had a bad experience with an actress at Urban Outfitters. She was a big fan of John Cena's album in high school, and she's got a hell of a t-shirt collection. She is the host of Complex Unsanctioned on Spotify. She's the queen of the ring, Alex Lajas. Alex, how are you?
I'm doing very well. You've definitely done your research.
I always want to get some good stuff for the intro. Always. And did you notice that I didn't say who the actress was? I chose not to do that.
I don't know if lawyers will come at you, but
well, if anything, it'll get people to your Twitter account to look it up. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's very true.
So here is what's going to happen. We're going to talk to KYN 7 of the top news stories of the week that are stupid, funny, and weird. I'm going to get your reactions, and I'll ask you questions along the way. And I did not know that Alex has a background in comedy. I knew that you have a great personality. Didn't know that you have a background in comedy. So you are like the perfect person for this. So cannot wait to hear your reactions to these stories, because these are very real and very absurd. So,
yeah, that's why I wore my Twilight Zone shirt.
Which is why I knew you have a hell of a t-shirt collection. See? It's meant to be.
Yeah, it checks out.
Let's start with story number 7, reported by the New York Post. So it was bingo night in the coastal town of Iparana, Brazil. I might be mispronouncing that, but I am Canadian. The final game of the night was for the top prize of 1,000 Brazilian real, which is like $184 US, or I should say 180. Yeah, that's right, $184 US. The caller is yelling out the numbers. You know how bingo games go. Caller is yelling out the numbers, and everybody is like hushed. They're like focused on their cards. They all want to win the big prize. Alex, what happened next?
A donkey ran in and won the prize and just kicked everyone out.
Not a bad guess. There was a glitch with the cards that resulted in 101 people winning at the same time. We've got video footage courtesy of the New York Post, Joel.
Peraí, pessoal, peraí. Peraí, pessoal, peraí. Faça. A fila.
But anyway, yeah, there was a glitch with the cards. 101 people won at the same time. Everybody yelled bingo, as you just saw. Then when everybody saw that everybody else was yelling bingo, of course you knew that they all decided to rush the tent at the same time to claim their prize. They lined up, they presented their cards, and in the end, every winner got the equivalent of $1.85 US.
Oh no.
And they rounded up to get to $1.85. So, Alex, do you like games of chance, whether it's like bingo or casino or the lottery? Maybe you bet on wrestling matches. Are you into games of chance at all?
I used to play the scratch offs. Yeah. When I used to bartend, I would go in during my break and I'd get a scratch off. And it's funny because we would chip in and get like the $10 scratch offs, and we take it from our tip jar, and whatever we won, we would split it. I think the most we won was $50, so 25, because it was just me and the bar back. I don't know about 100 plus people splitting that. I've never ran into that before.
Yep. That must have been a hell of a scene, I imagine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I guess when you're winning it, and then you're like, oh man, I am the only one that's winning it, and you run into the tent, and then you see like your next door neighbor and your coworker running in, and it's just like, how are we splitting this? What's going on here?
I mean, at first, I wonder if some people wondered, man, these other people are really happy for me.
Yeah,
they're really happy for me that I just won the grand prize.
You just feel like a hero, like a hometown hero. It's like, wow, I have everyone's support. This is great. And then you see everyone just like handing out their, like, where's my money? And you're just like, oh no, where's my money? What's going on here?
They're lucky that took place and it looked like a cordial little coastal town, because if that had happened somewhere else, the outcome might have been a little bit different.
Yeah. Also, what's the setting? Is it a parking lot somewhere? Like,
Yeah, it looked
seems
like you. I
it's
think
like
it was
drag racing.
I think it was a town square or something. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. I don't know. Maybe they're like, maybe they look for. Maybe this is an annual thing. They look forward to this bingo event. They're raising money all year to give away 185 US dollars. You know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah,
that's what it is.
and then somebody messed up.
Somebody messed up. Yep. Well, at least they're all good sports about it. They can all go buy a coffee with their winnings. So good for all of them.
There you go.
Let's go on to story number 6, reported by WFLA News Channel 8. Man, these stories are good and they're so stupid. So there's a 40-year-old man out of Florida. His name is Dusty Mobley. Sounds like a good enhancement worker name. Dusty Mobley.
That's a great name.
He was wanted by police in connection with the alleged theft of a $40,000 boat. They tracked him down last January. He was actually on the boat when they tracked him down, but he jumped into the swamp and he got away. Well, they tracked him down again. They went to a home to arrest him. Alex Lajas, what happened next?
They went to his home to arrest him. He
Yep.
probably flushed himself down the toilet of embarrassment.
That would have been a hell of a trick. He tried to flee using a riding lawnmower as his getaway vehicle. Joel, do you got a picture? There he is in the getaway vehicle, Alex. As you can imagine, he didn't get too far. It was a low-speed chase, and as a matter of fact, the news report said, and this is real, the news report said no word on if the cops like got into their car to chase him or just ran after him. But they caught up to him, they arrested him, and he faces just a shit ton of charges. And here's my question for you, being a New York girl. This is a good question, and I never would have thought to ask a question like this, but my wife is a city girl, and her answer to this question is no. And that's what made me think, okay, now I'm going to have to ask other people. Have you ever been on a riding lawnmower?
No. I don't even know how to turn one on. Like, do you need a key for that? Like a car?
Yeah, usually, well, maybe they have push button ones now, but back in my day, it was a key that you'd have to turn. Yeah.
No, I've never, like, I don't think I've seen a lawn big enough, like, than Central Park.
Yeah.
So, and even then, I don't think they're using big lawnmowers like that. I've never been in one. When I visit my friends in Nashville, they recently bought one.
Yep.
And my friend was just like over the moon about getting one. Like it was a new car. And I'm like, this is such a foreign, like it's culture shock for me.
What about like, have you ever cut a lawn, like even with a push mower? Ever?
No.
You've
I've
never mowed a lawn
I've
before.
never, I mean, my like front yard is concrete.
I understand.
I've never mowed a lawn. I've never, I guess I've maybe seen people mow a lawn. Yeah. I've like seen it. I smell like fresh grass, you know, but
yeah.
I've never touched any of those yard tools.
Fascinating. It's almost like that's where the whole term touch grass came from. You know what I mean? Fascinating.
I mean, I guess there's no excuse because if I don't know how to use those tools and I can still touch grass, then everybody else can touch grass, you know?
Yeah, and like I said, my wife, a city girl from Toronto, she had never mowed a lawn either. So this is not an unusual question to ask. I'm a country boy, so I guess to me, I used to think that everybody's mowed a lawn, but it turns out that's just not the case.
No, I mean, like, I've encountered my first cow 5 years ago. I've never
Really?
seen a cow in real life.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a pure New York City girl.
So where was the cow?
It was upstate. It was upstate New York. I want to say maybe it was like, I think it was Watertown. It was right outside of Syracuse.
Yes, Watertown is actually not too far from where I'm from my hometown.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I visited a friend up there, and we drove past this farm. He's like, "Oh, cows are out," and I'm like, "I've never seen a cow before in my life."
Wow.
We had to stop. We fed the cow, said hi.
Yes.
The cow was cool. He was a cool guy, you know. But
Did you get a cow selfie?
I think I actually did get a cow selfie. It should be somewhere. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. I take for granted, like I grew up around all this stuff. I've been around llamas, pigs, sheep, the whole gamut, and so I guess you kind of take it for granted sometimes, you know.
Yeah, see, like me, it's squirrels, pigeons, and rats, you
Yes.
know? And even the rats are carrying the pizza upstairs in the subway, so that's the most exciting.
Yeah, I mean they're taking it to the
animals.
turtles. You know what I mean? They're taking it to the turtles in the sewer.
You know, I've never seen turtles before.
Amazing, man. I almost feel like it's due for another type of podcast after this conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Let's go into story number 5, reported by News Flare. So locals in Bangkok, Thailand, called police after they saw a dead body drifting in a canal in dirty water surrounded by garbage. So one of the men that were there, they decided to climb down into the canal because they wanted to pull the body closer to a ladder that they had so that it was easier to kind of get the body and remove it out of the canal. Alex Lajas, what happened next?
He gave it mouth to mouth without realizing that it was a dead body.
You are awesome with the answers today. Good. So the body sat up and started talking because the guy wasn't dead. He was meditating. Joel, do you got the video? Here it is right here. And that's everybody looking at the guy down there. This is courtesy of, I don't know, camera 1, I guess. And he decides to go down there. And there's the dead body. And he reaches over because he wants to pull it. And we're going to get another look at it. Yeah, let's get this dead body out here because it shouldn't be here. And he sits up. There you go. Turns out it was an elderly man. He was meditating. Officials did a health check on him. He was okay, so he was sent home. And that was the end of that experience. What is your favorite way or ways to relax?
I guess I got to pick that up because that might be a new one.
Are you going to do it in a canal in Bangkok?
I'll probably do it at Hudson River.
No.
Probably. There's plenty
It's
of bodies
similar.
there.
There's
plenty of bodies there, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I unwind. I've actually taken up pottery. So I do pottery now. Yeah. So it's nice to just like throw on some big headphones, chuck my phone across the room, and just get on the wheel and just make stuff. I've made it of quite a few stuff so far.
Fascinating.
Very relaxing, yeah.
When you do it, do you have candles and then you have that music from Ghost, you know? You know the music from Ghost? And then and for some reason, like they just got way more water in there than they needed. They got mud all over the place. Is that what your pottery experience is usually like?
Yeah, usually it is. And then, like, the weird thing is Patrick Swayze comes by, and he's right behind me helping me.
Wow.
It's really weird.
Topless. Fascinating.
No, I usually don't light candles because it's in a basement, so I'm scared of all, like, the pipes or anything, like, that could catch on fire.
Yes.
But... no, I usually just throw on some music, whether it's like some heavy metal or some pop music.
Some John Cena music from his album?
You know, it's a great album. And I think we should stop bashing it. He should have got a Grammy. He should maybe get a Lifetime award in the Grammys or something. Maybe even a
Lifetime award.
Maybe even an MTV Music Video award.
Wow.
A Moon Man. He should have gotten a Moon Man.
Should have got a Moon Man. Yeah. Awesome. Let's go into story number 4. This was posted on Reddit. So there was a man in England, and he showed up outside somebody's house after midnight one night, and he rang the doorbell. The homeowner answered, and he listened to the guy, and then he got annoyed, and he basically told him to bugger off, and he slammed the door. Alex, what did the man want at midnight that made the homeowner so annoyed?
Oh, he was probably, reaching out for his car warranty, possibly. Something along those lines.
For his car warranty?
Yeah. Do you guys not get the calls when they're like, we're just calling for your car warranty?
I don't think so.
Like the telemarketers? I get it, and I don't even know how to drive a car.
Interesting. So we get a lot of the ones where they claim they're with our version of the IRS, the CRA, which is the Canadian IRS. I get calls from that claiming, hey, you owe money, we're going to come and arrest you. You know?
That's intense.
Yeah, but they always have an Indian accent, so you're like,
Yeah, like those car warranties are also scam calls as well.
Yes. Well, in this particular case, the reason that this guy was going to the neighbor after midnight, he was holding a box of cereal and he was looking for milk. Joel, do you got the video?
Please wait. It may take me a moment to answer.
Hey mate, it's Adam, isn't it? I can't pinch some milk off you by any chance, mate.
Fuck off, mate.
Sorry, I didn't mean with you, mate.
He wanted milk. The guy basically said, fuck off, mate. I love that he put mate on the end of it because that was pretty awesome.
I have so many questions. Like, what is
Yes.
the cereal brand?
Oh,
Was
you
he
know what? I
looking-
didn't make note of it, but they did.
Oh.
The news story did say it was crunchy something or other.
Oh,
They didn't
okay,
make note of it.
okay. And I'm
Yeah.
also curious, like, was he picky on the milk? Was he looking for oat milk, coconut milk, almond milk, 1%,
think-
2%, whole fat?
You know what my mom used to say? My mom used to say beggars can't be choosers.
True.
So I think you
True.
take whatever the hell you're able to get. Well, here's a two-part question for you. And of course, these two parts are completely unrelated to each other because what the hell? So number one, do you like breakfast cereal? And if so, what's your favorite kind?
Ooh, I love breakfast cereal. I can eat breakfast cereal at midnight, so I actually understand that man's pain.
Have you ever gone to your neighbor looking for milk at midnight?
When I was in a dorm in college, possibly.
Okay.
That possibly was maybe. But also I was probably under the influence of something if I was doing that in college.
Yes, caffeine.
Yes, caffeine, probably.
Yes.
Probably. It was college. I had things due. But my favorite cereal would probably have to be Honey Nut Cheerios.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. And well, the other part of my question is, have you ever had someone come to your door late at night with a weird request or, and you just kind of, mentioned it, have you ever gone to someone's door late at night with a weird request?
Never late at night, but I do remember there was a time when I was about 7, 8 years old. And I remember my mom was home and there was a knock on our door. And this was like a Saturday afternoon. And one of our neighbors was panicking because her child was playing on top of this glass table and the glass table broke and the kid got a piece of glass stuck in his leg.
Ooh.
And they didn't have insurance. They didn't want to go to the hospital. And my mom is a dental assistant and she's like, I guess I can help you here. And she did. And she patched the kid up, no problem. But
Really?
yeah. She was, I guess, a hero.
That's amazing. So your mom didn't say fuck off, mate, and then slam the door.
I know. I mean, I don't think she knew what to do.
Right.
She was
right.
like, I guess I have to help you, but you also need to regulate your kid if he's jumping on top of a glass table.
Yes. I mean, I have kids and it can happen that quick. But, and that you were 7 and you have like a really good, vivid memory of that.
Yeah, I have a really great memory. You know, living in New York City, it gets you like that. You got to remember everything.
Good to know. Well, I'm going to have to remember that in case we ever do this again. Let's go to story number 3, reported by the BBC. This is good too. These are so good. So there's a new TikTok trend that's sweeping the nation. We've seen things, like the milk crate challenge where they try to put up milk crates and then they want to like climb over it or something like that. I did one a little while ago. It was the Kool-Aid Man challenge where kids were like running through the fence of somebody's house.
Uh-huh.
There's another one, a TikTok trend, and this one involves teenage boys. Do you have any idea what this TikTok trend is?
Teenage boys, it could be anything.
Could be anything.
With teenage boys and TikTok, I don't
Yep.
know, they're probably doing some funky dance, probably.
They're putting on suits and going to see the Minions movie. We have a video from TikTok from the handle Bill.Hurst. Go ahead and put that up, Joel. So they call it Gentleminions. It's a popular TikTok trend. They go in groups to see the film wearing suits. And here's the shitty thing. They intentionally try to disrupt the screening. They make noise. They throw things. They're basically just a bunch of little dicks. One theater in the UK, they actually canceled screenings of the Minions film because of this. And several theaters are posting notices that no one can wear a suit if they go in. They won't be allowed in if they're wearing a suit, nor will they let large groups in unaccompanied by adults. So The shit that kids will do just for like likes and follows, it never ceases to amaze me. But here's an honest question, hoping for an honest answer. Have you ever taken part in any kind of viral challenge?
I'm not sure if I have. Possibly, I think I did the ice bucket challenge.
You did the ice bucket challenge?
Yes, I did the ice bucket challenge, and I think I posted it when I used to have a Facebook. Yeah, so I posted it there because that's the thing where when other people do it, they nominate you.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I was nominated to do it, and I guess I did do it. But I did, again, going back, I didn't have a backyard or anything, so I had to do it on the street.
You did?
Yeah, I did it on the street. And, like, the guys hanging out in the corner of the bodega are like, what are you doing?
Amazing. Did you use, like, one of those really big, deep buckets? Was it, like, a little shallow thing like this? Like, how hardcore did you get?
It was like one of those like Home Depot, like Lowe's buckets.
Those are good sized buckets.
Yeah. So I put it in the shower, turned on the faucet, added a few ice cubes in it, and then did it and was good to go. And I wore like these like low cut shorts and like a tank top, and then just dumped it in, and it was cold.
Probably a
was
funky
gnarly.
tank top, I bet.
Yeah. It was. But I think that's the only viral thing I've participated in, because TikTok, it's so easy to go viral, and that's probably another way why they do it. But I think that original story has relation to the Morbius stuff that's been
Did
going
that
on. Have
happen
you
as
heard about
well?
that?
I know the movie, but I didn't hear about a challenge.
So I don't think it was. Maybe it was a challenge. I know it was a trending thing where people were saying it's Morbius time, like the Power Rangers, like it's Morphin time.
Okay.
And so that was a meme that was going around, and people were starting up petitions to get, because the movie tanked in the theaters.
Yes.
So people were starting up petitions to get the movie back, and then no one ever did. And then this trend came along, and people were starting a petition again and promised to go to see Morbius, but they'll wear a suit this time.
I got
think
it.
there's some relation there from what I've read. And
So the kids probably thought, it's the Minions, so it'll be cute. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if we do this for the
maybe.
children's movie, maybe. Interesting.
Well,
Well, I'll keep an eye on you on Twitter to see if you go into any movies in a ball gown or something. I'll be watching.
No, possibly not. But you're a parent. Like, how would you feel if you were taking your kids to the Minion movie and these kids were just disrupting the movie for you guys?
It wouldn't end well.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, there's now I don't have a quick temper, like I'm a pretty laid back guy, but if I'm
Yeah.
with my kids and you piss me off, it's kind of a different situation. There was one time that there was somebody like a row or two down and they kept on checking their phone. And I can't recall who I was with at the time. I think it was before I got married. The girl who I was with, she complained to me. She's like, I keep on getting the glare. And so I made sure to raise my voice because I have a bit of a voluminous voice anyway. And so I made sure to raise my voice. And I said, he does it one more time, he's eating the phone. And when I did that, he put the phone away.
That's good.
Yeah. And he
Yeah,
might not
he
have
listened.
even, I don't know if he even necessarily heard me or what, but that's what happened. I made sure to say it loud enough and then he put the phone away. That's the only movie issue I think I've ever had.
Do you remember the movie you were watching?
Zero recollection whatsoever. Okay. No, I could spitball if you want. I'd be like, oh, well, it was Bruce Almighty. No, I got no fucking idea. No idea. No. All right, let's go on to story number 2, reported by EW.com. This is good too. So, are you much into politics? Did you hear about Mr. Boris Johnson, the UK Prime Minister? You familiar with that at all?
Unfortunately, I have heard about that.
Okay, yeah. So he had to resign due to political scandal. A lot of his government allies quit. The actor Hugh Grant, and I can't think of any movies that he was in. Notting Hill, I guess. The actor Hugh Grant, he arranged for something to happen outside Westminster, which is UK Parliament, in response to the whole political mess that's going on in England right now. What do you think Hugh Grant did?
He, I did hear about this. He played that song. It's like, I don't remember the name of the song.
Okay, well, can you do that again? What's the song again?
I think it was like.
Amazing.
song.
So he got a guy to play the Benny Hill theme song
Yes.
on speakers outside Parliament so that it would be picked up on newscasts that were being filmed in the area. We actually have a clip. This was posted on Twitter by Mike Galsworthy. Go ahead, Joel.
Couple of things. Firstly, we need to make sure that we keep the basic functions of government going. That's really important. There are, for example, no ministers in DfE at the moment. That needs to be sorted out. Secondly, I think we need to try and select a new leader as quickly as we reasonably can.
Guy's name is Steve Bray. He's a political activist. He set up speakers at Westminster and he took requests. And Hugh Grant got word of it. And so, yeah, he said, hey, go ahead and play the Benny Hill theme song. And that's exactly what he did. So, Alex Lajas, have you ever pulled a memorable prank or been the victim of a memorable prank?
I will note my rendition was pretty close to that.
It was really good. And I'm gonna make sure that I isolate it. I'm gonna isolate it, and I will tag you on Twitter. It's amazing what you did. It was a good performance.
Hopefully, you don't get a copyright strike on your channel for that.
Might happen. Might happen.
I have participated in a prank. It was a really great prank. So, like I mentioned, I was a bartender. And the bar I was working at, there were suspicions that it was a haunted bar. And there was like a master, like the switches. I forget the control box, I guess. There was one upstairs and there was one downstairs that controlled all of the lights in the bar.
Yep.
And we were closing up and we were counting the money. And the bartender I was with, we'll call him Tom. Tom was already a few drinks in, and I decided to prank him, and I turned off the lights and I turned it on again in the bar, and he started freaking out. And he was like, were you downstairs? Like, what were you doing? I was like, oh no, I was just changing a keg and moving a keg downstairs. What happened? And he was like, oh, the lights are messing with me. I think the ghost is messing with me. And I was like, oh dude, I have no idea what's going on. And I was talking to him, and then I turned as if I saw something from the corner of my eye. I was like, oh my God, did you see that? And he started running out the bar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And to this day, I've never told him that it was a prank. He believed that there was a ghost. He told everybody the next night when we worked together that there might be a ghost. He told the owner. The owner was looking into getting an exorcist to the bar.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Wow.
It carried on. Yeah.
How long ago was this?
This was about 6 years ago. This happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the guy probably remembers now still, probably.
Probably. He probably still works at that bar and he thinks it's haunted. So maybe if there's something, because when you see something in the corner of your eye, sometimes your eyesight messes with you,
Yep.
Yep. So maybe he still thinks it's haunted. But it's
wow.
just me.
Interesting. Tom, who are you going to call, Tom? Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
All right, let's go to story number 1 already. Man, this goes by really quick. Story number 1 reported by NDTV. This is good. So this is one of these stories where if the circumstances were different, you'd be like, well, these guys are just scam artists. But because of the situation, you kind of want to applaud them a little bit. There's a gang of Indian scammers, and they duped a bunch of Russian gamblers in an effort to steal money from the Russians. Normally, like I said, it'd be a bad story. But in this case, given what's going on in Russia, you kind of want to applaud them a little bit. What do you think the Indian gang did to scam the Russian gamblers?
Played a little roulette, probably.
They went so far as to stage a fake cricket match using farm laborers posing as players. They aired the games on YouTube, and they got the Russians to bet on the games. Joel, put up that video. This is a clip from it right here. They claimed that these were matches from the Indian Premier Cricket League, even though the real tournament had concluded by then. They installed a real cricket pitch. They used the farm workers as well as unemployed young people. They used crowd noises that they downloaded from the internet and played on a speaker. And the camera operator made sure to keep a tight shot so that you couldn't see that there were actually no people there whatsoever. And apparently the Indian scammers were able to get at least 300,000 rupees from the Russians, which is like $3,700 USD. Good for them in this situation. They really made an effort. Like, this is just an elaborate effort that they put forth, but good for them. So let's ask you a question that has absolutely nothing to do whatsoever with the scam. Is there any particular sport or pastime that you particularly enjoy or are good at playing?
Mario Kart.
Are we talking the original? Or are we talking like which Mario Kart are we talking? Like Mario Kart 8?
Every version across the board. I am a master of the 64 Double Dash 8, if you will. I'm not. I'm a scammer.
You're a scammer. Wow. So you've never I don't know, like never into, let me see, you're in New York, never into, I don't know, baseball, ever played around at golf before? What about like poker? Are you into cards?
No, I've never played poker. I've never gambled before. So
really? Have you ever been to a casino?
No, I've never no, I actually have been to a casino, but it was just walking in and walking out and just checking out everything. I've never gambled. I don't know how the game, like the card games really work. Maybe I'll probably dabble in a slot machine once or twice if I'm ever in Vegas. But as far as sports, I mean, like when I was in high school, I would play, dodgeball and football, but usually it would be two-hand touch football or flag football.
Got it. So you'd have the pink mini iPod going, and then you had John Cena's music on it, and then you played dodgeball. And I've got the whole picture. If
you just throw in the John Cena album, specifically Just Another Day, and it's just like one of those sports montages of like the athlete coming back, like LeBron James coming back into the court. Just Another Day is a great song from that album. Also Summer Fling as well.
I am going to look them up. I don't have a clue what those songs sound like, but I'm going to look it up, and maybe I'll leave a review for you on social media.
You should.
All right. Well, I want to thank our guest, Alex Lajas. Tell the people what you're doing and where they can find you.
Yes, of course. You can listen to me talk wrestling all the time on Complex Unsanctioned, exclusively on Spotify. You can follow me there. You can follow me on twitch.tv/Queen of the Ring. We dive into wrestling as well. That's where I'm a master at Mario Kart. And we also dive into Total Divas for that. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Queen of the Ring. That's where I'm at.
Awesome. Well, this was a lot of fun. Alex is going to go mow some grass and play Mario Kart. Thanks a lot for your time. This is a lot of fun. Let's do this again sometime.
Yes, I would love to do this again, please.